Hey, this is Latoya and I'm back with another video. So today in this video, I'm gonna go over the pros and cons of working for DoorDash. So here we go. Pro number one is that you get to set your own schedule. All my life I've worked 9 to 5 jobs, where my manager tells me come in at 3 in the morning, come in at 6 in the morning, and I was getting tired of that. I'm like, I want to set my own schedule. I want to be my own boss. So having the freedom to set my own schedule is very important to me. Pro number two is that you get to work in the area that you want to work in. So in the DoorDash app, you get to set the zone that you want to work in. So the area I work in is only a few minutes away from where I live, and there's a lot of restaurants in this area. So it's good to know that I just have to go down the street to work in the area that I want to work in for DoorDash. Pro number three is that you use your own vehicle. Now this may be a pro or con for some people. For me, it's a pro because I get to listen to the music that I want to listen to. I bring my own snacks so that I won't get too hungry when I'm smelling the food that I'm picking up for DoorDash for other people. So I get to snack on my snacks and just jam to my music. So that's a pro for me. Pro number four is the scenery. I've been to mansions, to just beautiful houses with big lawns and beautiful trees and plants around it. So I love the scenery while I'm driving and delivering to customers. Pro number five are the friendly people. At least in my experience, I have yet to come across an angry customer. When you're delivering food to people, they're mostly happy. They're happy to see your face and they're happy to see that food. So even if you're a little late, DoorDash does let customers know when you arrive at the restaurant and when you're on your way to drop off the order. But I still send them a personal text letting them know that I'm on my way, and I also let them know that if I'm going to be a little late because the restaurant doesn't have the food ready. So it's important to let customers know what's going on so that they know what to expect. So that's a pro, that the customers are going to be happy. And also you can make a friend, just meet new people, make new connections. I've also went on a date with somebody through DoorDash and it didn't go well. If you want a story time about that, let me know. Pro number six is that you can discover new restaurants. I've discovered a few new restaurants through DoorDash that I would have never known about before because they're not major restaurants and they're kind of like in the cut. But those are sometimes the best restaurants, the mom and pop restaurants. Don't sleep on them. And last but not least, pro number seven is the money. There are people that do DoorDash full time and they make the money they need to do it full time. I only do DoorDash 20 to 25 hours a week. So this is only part-time for me because I do shipped grocery delivery and I do other things on the side. But there are people that do this full time, so the money is there. Cons of working for DoorDash. Con number one is the wear and tear on your car. This one is obvious. I mean, the more you drive your car, the more wear and tear is going to be on your car. I'm always missing a car rim. Like my rims just, yeah. As soon as I hit a curb or something, my rims are gone. So I've had rims gone, had to get my brakes checked and everything. But my car's old. I have an '03. So my car was old before I even started DoorDash. Con number two is waiting on food. Fortunately, you can't control if the restaurants have the food ready or not. Sometimes you just have to wait. But the more you do this, the more you know which restaurants are pretty fast and which ones are slow and that you shouldn't work with. I already know that, at least in this area, the Popeyes, I'm not going to sit in that line. McDonald's, I'm not going to sit in that line either because it takes long and usually they don't have the smoothies and drinks either. So I don't even mess with those. But the more you do this, the more you know which restaurants you want to work with. Also, sometimes you'll be waiting on a decent order. DoorDash, you have to be specific on what orders you take. You have to factor in the mileage. You don't want to be driving 15 minutes for a $3 order. Not smart. So there's that too. Con number 3 is bad weather. So depending on where you live, you're gonna, the fall and winter time, it's gonna be cold, and it just depends on the person if you want to work DoorDash during the winter time. Me, I'm not sure. It just depends on how bad the weather is gonna be this winter. So that's another con. Con number 4 is missing items. So people that work at the restaurants, they're only people, and sometimes they miss items. So sometimes you're able to check the items inside the bag, just kind of look in there just to make sure everything's okay, especially at Chipotle. You could just kind of check in there. But some bags are stapled, sometimes the restaurants staple the bags or tape them, so you can't open the bags. So you just have to rely on the restaurants that they have everything in the order, but sometimes it's not your fault if something's missing. Con number 5 is wrong directions. I've had a few orders where the directions was missing in the address part, the maps. So I had to call DoorDash and get that straightened out, or call the customer. And I've had a few orders where the address was there, but it was wrong. Maps gets confused sometimes, so you just have to stay in contact with the customer. And if you can't, you just call DoorDash and cancel that order if you can't reach the person. And con number 6 is apartments. With any job as a driver, I know we can all relate to this, that apartments are sometimes hard to find and very frustrating. Sometimes you have to go up some stairs, sometimes you just can't find the address, and it just is what it is. That's why staying in contact with the customer is so important. And it's important that the customer is in contact with you, just keeping that communication. So those were a few pros and cons for DoorDash. And if you have any more, you could put those down below for any driving job. So I hope you enjoyed. And hey, if you watched this whole video, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, and I'll catch you later.